Good morning from beautiful Nipigon, Ontario, population 1700. I'm gonna do a little video here quick, kind of walking along some train tracks. If train goes by, this video is gonna get fucked, but that's okay. Happy Canada Day too, for those who celebrate. Obviously doing a video quick here. I don't really have reliable internet, so I thought this was probably the best way to get something done. And then whatever, I mean, obviously look at Tealtown USA, there's gonna be a show about it, I'm sure. People are gonna come on. I've just got plenty to say, and and this isn't gonna be the only thing I say about this. Obviously, I think when I get back, we're gonna try and get Teal Tinted Glasses back running again, and obviously, with all the news that's happened, I can see us kind of just doing a news and notes show. So I think we'll elaborate more on things that we're thinking here. I apologize for my lovely camp hair and the fact that I haven't shaved in like, I don't know, a week, even though that, I certainly don't look that long. Bob Boughner's fired as coach of the San Jose Sharks. And obviously this is something that I'm incredibly happy about. I think if you followed along, you follow either Tealtown USA or just me on Twitter, whatever, Bob Boughner, not my favorite head coach in the NHL. Not my favorite guy. And I think most people would know that I'm pretty much happy he's fired. The problem that I have with this, and the problem that really pisses me off in this whole fucking thing, is that why now? Why now? If you were going to fire Bob Boughner, why not do it earlier? Like, I understood waiting until you had a GM in place to do this. And I think this GM search too, I've got some things to say about that I've kind of been quiet on so far. But let's get back to basics, right? So we're going to talk about this fucking GM search and this fucking coaching change. So this coaching change, I apologize if I move the sun back in. This coaching change, why now? If the GM isn't in place, which at least we haven't heard, like maybe this is the other shoe that's going to drop and this will all make more sense. But as of right now, this team does not have a head coach. So why fire Bob Boughner now when there was 2 weeks ago, the last 2 weeks, a bunch of really good coaches looking to be hired? Now, would the Sharks have been able to hire any of those coaches that went to other places, like, like Cassidy going to Vegas, and are those guys coming to San Jose? Maybe not, but I would have at least welcomed the opportunity to interview them, right? Like, I feel like the Sharks have just bumblefucked their way through this offseason so far, and it's not getting any better. And I don't expect it to get any better. Like, the GM, when they're eventually named, if it's the names that are being bandied about, it's fine, but they don't excite me. Like, I'm not, oh, okay, the franchise is saved. Like, I know a lot of people were talking about the Sarah Valley thing on the DFO podcast about how the Sharks weren't an appealing destination for a lot of GMs. And that, honestly, dude, that burns my ass a little bit, because I think you could do a lot worse than coaching a team in Northern California. But if they've made this change, if Hasso Plotner has basically made it so that, like, real candidates don't want this job, I think that's a fucking crying shame. And I don't trust the Sharks. Like, I've always been on, this needs to be fixed. This needs, they're going to have to, like, tinker around with this and probably tear it down a little bit to build it back up. I don't think you have to tear it to the bolts. Like I've said on many shows, the Sharks don't have to tear this to the bolts. They can, you look at what LA definitely moved some pieces, but they didn't have to move everybody to get this team on the road back to contention. I think the Sharks, I don't think the Sharks have to get rid of every big money contract. I don't think they can get rid of every big money contract, but they can certainly try. You know what I mean? Like, you can probably get rid of a couple. I don't know, man. So back to coaching here, obviously, right? Like, Bob Boughner, coach, fired, good. He should have been fired last year. Bob Boughner, again, not my favorite fucking coach. But you know, why now? Now that there's fewer guys available to hire. Like, I don't understand. Like, and I've always been kind of positive when it comes to Mr. Hasso-Plattner, right? Like, I've always admired the fact that he keeps his mouth fucking shut and he pays the checks. That's what you want from an owner. But I always said, like, the caveat to that was, as long as he's letting the hockey people make the hockey decisions. And with what we're hearing now, I don't think that's the case anymore. I don't think the hockey people are making the hockey decisions. I mean, obviously, look, it's his team. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with it. But this is a guy who, you know, if he has soured the GM pool based on an edict of this team has to be a Stanley Cup contender, you know, this next year, the year after, and the year after that, then I think, you know, he's poisoned the well. And then he's not letting the hockey people making the decisions. He's making the decisions for the hockey people and giving the hockey people an edict. And I think that's the difference. So I'm a little sour on Hasso-Plattner right now. Again, based on speculation that we've heard on other podcasts, DFO, whatever, you know, because I've always been a pro Hasso-Plattner guy. So I thought, you know, let's get out of the way, because obviously people would be like, oh, well, wait, and I thought Hasso-Plattner was a good owner. I, for the most part, think he is. I just think that when the owner starts making the hockey decisions, things generally go south. And I think for the Sharks, things are going to go south. I think that they kind of feel like a rudderless ship right now. And obviously without a GM, that's going to be a thing. But again, if you're firing Bob Boughner, why now? Why now? Why not 2 weeks ago, a month ago, when the season was over? Like, I don't understand what could possibly have changed in all this time for them to go, oh shit, Bob Boughner's a bad coach. We really need to get rid of this guy. Yeah, so I don't know, guys. I'm at a loss here. I thought I was going to do a big mega thread on Twitter. I thought this would be easier. I thought this would give some, you know, some easily digestible thoughts. I'm going to throw some on my own YouTube channel just because I don't have the access to the Teal Town account on my phone. So I'm going to do this on my channel, which has like 18 subscribers. So don't worry about subscribing and whatever. We'll sort it out when I get home. I am looking forward to your thoughts though. I'm going to throw this on Twitter I'm going to throw this video on Twitter after I get it all posted and stuff. I'm looking forward to your feedback. I want to know if you guys feel the same way I do, man, because right now I do not like the future of this team. And I know I've always been, I don't know if I don't feel like I've been overly pumping the tires of this team, but like I've definitely been in the camp of let it play out. And I think that I'm done watching this play out, and I don't think I'm happy with the way things are going. Maybe the GM hire is going to surprise people. I don't know, man. I am not excited. And you always try to be like pragmatic, right? Like you want to give reasonable thoughts based on what's actually happening. And I think I really try to do that. I really try to base things on what's actually happening, not what might happen, you know, oh, this team's never going to be good again, whatever. But I mean, just the way that things have gone this offseason, I don't understand how even the most ardent of Sharks fandom, you know, like the super hardcore, like the Sharks can do no wrong. I don't know how you can justify this, how you can defend this. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I apologize again if the audio for this wasn't fantastic. I mean, obviously it's just a video of me walking with trees behind me, so you know, you could probably watch. You probably don't even have to watch the video. You can just listen to it. Let me know what you think, though. I'm curious to know. And like I said, I am heading home Sunday. Hopefully, we will get a Teal Tinted Glasses off the ground sooner than that. Hopefully, we'll have this to discuss. Hopefully, we're going to have a new GM to discuss. You know, and actually have things that are just not rampant speculation to discuss. Awesome, guys. Like I said, happy Canada Day for those who celebrate, and we will see you next time.